Hi guys, today we're at the Ali Pali, normally the home of darts.
Will be feeling pretty relaxed now, still know there's work to do and he knows that right nuclear's going to go.
And music gigs. But today we're talking tools. Okay, so James, the new Makita Nailer everyone's talking about.
Yes, yeah, DBN 900, yeah, absolutely. So it's our first gasless framing nailer.
Yep.
Runs off a LXT 18-volt battery.
Yep.
Okay, so it's got single fire as well as sequential, so we can do multiple firing without releasing the trigger.
Yep.
All you do is engage the nose. You've got a large metal magazine on the side, so that holds 57mm nails. It will comfortably fire 90mm nails, which is always the question when it comes.
Yeah.
What can a nailer do? What's its capacity? Okay. Run time, we're looking at about 250 nails per amp.
Okay.
So on a 5 amp hour battery or a 6 amp, you're looking at pretty much firing a handy size of box, so 1100 or 1200 box.
Yeah.
Obviously, the nailer itself. It's an investment because you're obviously going to be paying less long term for your nails because you don't have to pay for the gas.
Yeah, get rid of the gas.
Yeah, you're looking at obviously from a financial standpoint saving about £50 a box, let alone the health and safety side. Obviously, there's lots of regs around the gas and being in confined spaces. Obviously,
Okay.
this doesn't have to go
with the release of the fumes and
yeah,
all that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
multiple, only say in a loft space or anything like that, only 1 or 2 people allowed in that space
right, okay.
because of the exhaust. Like I said, you can get sequential on the side there as well as fire. The reason why we could do sequential is because it's done by a dual spring function, so pretty much
Okay.
there is a chamber inside that has been compressed. Okay, the brushless motor will fill up the chamber and that will fire the pin. With a gas nailer, there's a combustion, the gas release, there's a spark, it fires.
Yeah.
That's why you have to come off the trigger and go back on with a gas nailer.
Yeah.
So that's why we can do sequential firing. Obviously, it's a brushless motor, LED light with your standard depth gauge on the nails.
Yeah.
This is just released in January. It's been heavily anticipated.
Yeah.
And yeah, selling really well for us, and it's a great product here today.
Brilliant. As I say, all the other brands have got the gasless ones, so you've gone for it as well.
Yes, yeah, absolutely,
nice.
yeah. So we're in the mix. Like I said, obviously it's slightly heavier than a gas one, but thankfully where we're a little bit late
Yeah.
to the party, everyone's come a little bit accustomed to that. So it's not such a
Definitely,
shock
yeah.
that it's heavier than a standard PAS load or something
Yeah.
like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I've got a battery one. I can't imagine going back now. You're going to get all that mess around with the gas, all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
it's
Obviously,
definitely-
maintenance-wise, obviously you would get discharge in the exhaust from the gas.
Yeah.
Again, of course, like the other brands, obviously there's very minimal maintenance. You haven't got to re-oil the end. You haven't got to recharge the canisters. There's
No.
not nitro gas in there, which is in some of our competitors' nailers that need
Yeah.
to be topped up and removed. Like I said, it's just a compressed chamber. The only time that would need to be refilled is if it was serviced and taken apart and depressurized.
Yeah,
So-
and if you're on the Makita system, obviously you already got the battery ready to go. So
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously,
straight
LXT
in.
battery, one battery for 350 machines.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is now one of them.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank
Okay.
you very much. That's
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
good. Cheers.
No problem.
Thanks. So here with Rob, and he's going to show us the Grabo.
Yes, so the Grabo works just off of suction. So just a little bit of suction here, and then it uses the foam to create a seal. So when you put it on, it's then good to lift. You can go up to 170 kg, and it's not even got to be flat surfaces like you see here. You can have all sorts of variances, even radiators. It works on ridges. Just show you this.
That's amazing. You'll do it around a ridge and over bumps, and you'd think it'd have to be
and
flat.
then you can get right into there as well.
Yeah. And what's the load capacity?
So it can lift up to 170 kg.
Right.
So the heavy stuff, and then it works on glass, metal, wood, obviously concrete.
Yeah.
So all the
amazing.
materials.
Yeah, I've seen guys with the huge tiles.
Exactly
And there are a
that.
couple of them on there. And
So
they
if you're,
lift
if you're
it
just
up.
tiling, like one is fine, but if you're doing the big tiles,
Yeah.
you might need two.
So massive ones.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Very cool. And what's happening here? That's just.
So this here is a use of it as a ladder anchor.
Okay.
So when obviously you're going up a ladder, you've always got the risk of it shaking.
Yeah.
This then keeps it into place so that it just can't fall over and you're steady. So you're not going to have 2 people on the job. You can just have
Yeah.
the one. So then it's just cheaper because you've got one person there too as well.
I'm going to hold it. Okay. And is it the same machine? You just add on that metal
Yeah,
bit?
yeah, same machine, and it attaches onto these metal parts here.
Oh yeah, these hooks
so
there.
it's just an attachment that the metal plates go on and then strapped up to the ladder.
All right. Oh, very clever. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
No worries, thank
Cheers.
you.
Thanks, Rob.
Cheers.
So I'm here with Ron from Metabo, and he's going to show us the new tools we've got here and the new Hoover.
Right, firstly, what we got here now is the AS3618M PCCC Coldless Wet and Dry Vac. This wet and dry vac works off our new touch pad control off the back. So once you link it up to the vac from the tool, that's all you need to do then, is just switch the tool on, which engages the vacuum, which stays on for a couple of seconds. So as you can imagine now, tool on, pulled down, cut through your material, made your cut, left it go, vacuum stays on then for an extra 4 to 5 seconds, just clears away any debris then, goes straight into the vac. Like I said, the deal we got on this at the moment, at the show, is $349 including VAT. And if you register online for the extra 3 years warranty, we will send you 2 batteries and a charger then free of charge.
Oh, perfect. And is this the first Bluetooth sort of connection that they've had? I know that Vestal do one, don't they?
This is the new, like ours is called cordless control. So not just as it works on here, but any tool. So if you've got a handheld sander, anything. But what it works off, you don't actually, with this, the control, it don't actually, like some of the other manufacturers, you've got to link a Bluetooth. So basically you can only link the Bluetooth machine to this. But with this will work. Once this is switched on, it doesn't matter what tool is on, it'll always work. So if I took this off here now and attached it on to a sander or a plunge saw, circular saw, as soon as you engage the button, like here, it'll engage the vac.
Wow.
So like I say, it doesn't matter. You can move this vac around your workshop to any of your tools, and it'll work. Some of the other manufacturers, you know, it's a specific Bluetooth chip, in there, which you've got to link to the vac at each time. But like I said, with ours, you can just take it on the go, so you can connect it to any cutting tool or whatever, engage straight on.
How does it know that the tool's working? What's the connection?
The connection, it works on what we call a vibration control.
Right.
So inside here, then when we pull down engage, this then will take the vibration off the tool as soon as you've switched it on. Engage.
Wow.
Like I said, so it works off a vibration control. So as we're like a conventional Bluetooth, if you're in like a funny area, sometimes the connection can get like miss out. So you might pull that once, doesn't work, pull it twice, doesn't work. But again, with this, it doesn't matter where you are.
Wow.
Because it works on a vibration control. Every time you pull and engage the tool, the vac will come on.
And that's why it can work with any tool, because obviously anything that vibrates.
And you know, this fitment here is universal. So like I said, this vacuum, it's not just based to obviously the Metabo range. Do you mean if you are a guy who likes another manufacturer, which I know everyone's got a preferred preference, like I say, you can fit this on, you can fit this tool on anything, so it just work. Okay. Do you mean, so like I said, Metabo, great for Metabo, but if you are a fan and you're looking for a great vacuum that does everything, you know, that is the one to go for.
Can you get that in corded and battery as well?
No, this one, you can get this one, this is battery, but you can also get them in corded, but again, they all work off the cordless control, so it doesn't matter whether it is mains or battery, it will still work.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
So I'm with Harry here from Lucas, and he's going to talk us through the Qbrik range.
So Qbrik is a Polish manufacturer. Been going for a few years now. They're quite big worldwide, they're quite big and famous in Germany, mainly I'd say, probably, obviously Poland as well. But toolbox manufacturer, but they only do toolboxes. So they specialise in things where other brands might have missed. So just for example, this set here, this is our System Pro. In total, as you can see, we've got a massive range. There are 3 different systems, Pro, 2 and 1. Pro is your compact, small range, similar to like the Tough Sack type of size. Typically, this is your standard set. Comes with 100 kg cart, all-terrain wheels. For your tartan space as well, you've got these little red clips here. They can be pushed in or out. So out, obviously, with locked. Push them in, and then you can slide the handle out, which is a nice little bit of feature, gives you a bit
nice
more
compactness for getting in the van and.
Exactly. Inside the box, typically what you'd get is your tool tray, and there's still plenty of space in there. You then have your standard toolbox, which are really strong. So this. And again, you'd have another tool tray, a couple of dividers in there.
Great. Loads of options.
Loads of options, yeah. And then you then have our organisers. The organisers in this range, as well as the boxes, sorry, are IP54.
Okay.
On System 1, which is the bigger version, they're IP66.
Okay.
You'll actually see, probably in a minute on there on the video, if you go onto their YouTube channel, there's loads of like extreme tests that they do. So they hitch one of the System 1 toolboxes up to a back of a canoe, start rowing it through a river, and it's just floating along. Shows it's
getting battered about and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But in the red range as well, it's a really strong material.
Yeah.
I can't stress that enough. They get a dump truck filled with slate, they back it up, drop it onto the box is fine. The landowner, where they were filming all of this, challenged them and said, I'm going to break this.
Yeah.
He then starts to get a hatchet and a good old sledgehammer, starts levering the boxes.
Into one of these?
Into one of these,
Can't do it, really?
No, can't break it.
Yeah, because I've had a few systems that are broken, you know, you have those boxes and they like the corners crack, or as you're throwing them around the site, you know, every day. It definitely does. Not
honestly. It'll probably come up in a minute and I'll show you. But really strong. And even the augs, I mean, I don't think you can see them marks on there. That's where I've been levering it with a hammer.
Wow.
So these are made out of polycarbonate. It's the same thing that they use in bulletproof glass, I'm pretty sure, but you can see here.
That is mad.
Yeah. Really strong. And then, I know you're not necessarily going to be smacking it with a hammer anytime soon, but when you're on site and stuff and you want to stand on the actual products, it's good to know that it ain't gonna.
Yeah, because that's another thing. When you stand on them, you can hear them creak.
Exactly. Where these are just, I'm quite happy doing this all day long. No problem.
And would they link up with other boxes as well? You know, other brands that they.
So we pitched that to them, because we do like obviously wall mounting things here.
Yeah.
But this is like an adapter plate for our systems. We pitched, could you maybe do it where you have different people connectors, but then it goes into patents and copyright law and that sort of thing. So it's, as much as we want to, it's not something that we could do. Yeah. One of the newest things that we've added are these, with the drawers at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's
one of the biggest feedback we've had is when you get that stack there, it's a bit of a nuisance taking everything off to get to the stuff at the bottom. So now we've implemented drawers, dividers, all these different organisers in. It's just easier.
It's great, yeah, exactly. Then you can just get straight into into your kit at the bottom. All the little tools and screwdrivers and stuff will stay in those drawers.
Yeah. It's really honestly quality.
That's brilliant. Well, thank you very much.
No,
great. Cheers. Thanks. So I'm with Kev from Starrett, and he's going to talk us through some new drill bits that you've got and some new blades as well.
Yeah. So the one we're pushing at the show here, we've got some brilliant deals on. There's MPH multi-purpose hole saw. It's designed for cutting all your softer materials, your wood, your joist work, kitchen worktop, plastics, plasterboard. So I'll give you a little demo here on the MDF.
Yeah.
Notoriously difficult to cut with a bimetal saw. It smokes, it burns.
Yeah.
Sets the fire
Gets
alarm.
all the smoke going. Yeah, exactly.
So,
I know
just to give you an example of how quick it can be. So normally that would really burn your hand off.
Yeah.
So I mean you can touch that. And with the slot on the side here.
That's the other nightmare, trying to get it out, isn't it, as well?
The ejection there is, and then you're ready to go. So then you can go into your joist.
Oh, that is impressive, yeah.
A little bit of heat there. But again, your slug ejection. Oh, it's much easier. The difference here as well is it has a 2-inch cut depth. So again, your standard bimetal saw.
Yeah.
If you measure that against it, you're just getting that little extra depth per cut.
Yeah.
So getting through your joist work's much easier. So we're really strong on pushing that at the
it's a really smart bit of kit, that.
The next couple of days. So
the amount of times I'm going through a worktop and I'm going, it's smoking.
Again, it's carbide tip, so it's much more resistant to the heat.
Yeah.
And obviously the wear's doesn't really come into it because of the carbide.
Yeah.
As opposed to your standard bimetal saw. But when it comes to softer materials, that's really where it comes into its own.
Okay, all right.
So yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you very much. Cheers. That's impressive. Cheers. So we're here with Craig at Wurth, and Craig, what drill bits have we got here?
Yeah, hi Doug. Yep, so we're introducing our Smart Step drill bits today.
Okay.
So our Smart Step drill bits basically take your traditional drill bit, but we actually put a step drill bit on top.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So what this is designed to do is basically prolong the life of your drill bits, rather than actually chiseling away at holes and tearing through the material. What the Smart Step will actually do is actually it'll ream its way through the hole instead. So you get a much more accurate, you get a cleaner finish, and also prolongs the life of the bits, but also will help prolong the life of your batteries in your tools as well, less strain on them also. But it's that geometry that basically gives us that really good edge when it comes to drilling in multiple materials.
Okay.
So whether it's metal, wood, plastics, anything like that, these drill bits are going to do the lot. Everything bar masonry work, essentially.
And it stops the tear out of the back, does it? Is that right?
Absolutely, yep. So when it comes to tear out, so you can see here, we actually drilled through earlier on some large, almost 17mm holes.
Yeah.
This is just through ply. Now normally in ply, and also other sheet material, one of the real issues is the tear out on the back, and you can see on behind there we've got minimal tear out. So especially if you're working on things like cabinetry, anything like melamine boards, things like that, especially if it's going to be on show, that's the real key thing.
With a finish on it, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So it basically gives the guys more confidence in actually using these bits and not having to worry about effectively, what's the finish going to be like?
Okay. And then these bits will do the same bit will do anything. You don't have to rotate between different materials.
No, and that's the cool thing about this. So this set is basically what we call our MFD HSCOs. So these are high-speed cobalt bits. The purple band basically at Wurth means it'll work on multiple materials. So whether it's inox metals, steels, aluminiums, PVCs, woods, anything like that, it's just an all-round go-to bit that's going to give you that high-quality finish.
Brilliant. Oh, cool. How much is a box of those?
So currently trade price of this today is £98. They usually retail about £120, so we have got a special offer today. Works out roughly £5 a bit. You can get them as a set, individual, or replace them in quantities. So whatever our customers want, we can essentially provide when it comes to this pack. Also size-wise goes up from 1mm all the way up to 20mm, and we even do some special larger sizes with it as well. And we've got loads of other different style drill bits available today at the trade show to our customers. So yeah, it's really great to come check them out and see what we can offer.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doug.
Cheers, Craig. Cheers. Okay, Gary, so what has Wurth got here in the van rack out system?
So this is a crash tested bespoke racking system. So we do it completely bespoke for the customer. So we design it on a CAD design system.
Oh wow.
And then we fit it to customers' vans for them as well. It's really lightweight, so it's a steel structure with an aluminium internal components, so it makes it really, really light. And we can design it, as I said, to fit the needs of the business of any customer we need. So yeah.
Right. So and they design that online on the website today, and you can sort of go through it like a.
We do the design for them.
Okay.
So we visit the customer. We have the demonstration vehicle, which we go out to see customers with, and design it with the customer.
Yeah.
So it's all bespoke for them. Yeah.
And any special features on this one that you can sort of point out to us?
Well, these are really popular because these are storage solutions.
Yeah.
So you would normally put 4 poles in your van, and then if you're carrying sort of sheets of ply or
keeps
anything
them upright.
like that, keeps them upright, and it
stops it.
Puts all the weight into the middle of the van as well.
Yeah.
So most people would stack them in the van and lean them up against the side of the van, and all the weight's on one side. Yeah. But that keeps all of the weight in the middle of the van.
Stop them warping as well.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're leaning on one side.
Protects them from getting damaged, especially plasterboards, because plasterboards often get damaged when you transport them.
Crack when you've
so that's probably one of the best selling features. And the other big feature is this slide out workbench.
Yeah, that's saw that, noticed that.
Folds away, and then it's handy, especially if you've got a small van and you want to work out, out the back of it.
Yeah.
And you can fix anything in there. Also, it's on a swivel as well, so you can turn it around and work.
Yeah, so that's great.
It's probably one of the better features.
Have a sort of farrier or something as well, could have one of those in the back of their truck. And
Pickup trucks, we can fit it into anything. So this is obviously in a big van, but we can fit anything from small caddy vans to custom vans. We even recently did a Corolla commercial, which is a car essentially, but like an estate car. And we had drawers in the back of it coming out the side door. So
is that camping or something, was it? Or
no, it was for instead of having vans, the engineers that they had in this company, they just wanted to have cars.
Oh, right.
And they just wanted to carry the tools in the back, so we just put some little tool drawers in the back of them.
So fit it into anything.
Yeah, basically anything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh well, brilliant. Well, thank you very much.
No
that was
problem.
great. Cheers.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm here with Ali in the Ali Pally, and you work for Zero Emissions Network, and they're going to talk through the e-bikes you have here.
Yeah, so it's great to be here. It's the first time we've been here. We've got a number of different cargo bikes that we are talking to businesses about. So we work in 5 boroughs within London to promote the use of sustainable transport. So we thought it'd be good to come here, a space that's maybe not necessarily using cargo bikes, but we've had loads of really good conversations with plumbers, with electricians, with builders that are kind of finding difficulties with driving, with
parking,
that kind of thing, and that's where the cargo bikes come in. They're much quicker than a van in central London, about 1.6 times quicker apparently to be using a cargo bike. So we've got a range of different bikes here. This is the one that I cycled up today.
You came on this very one?
Yeah, this one is a really nice bike to ride. It's a 2-wheeler, it's got the electric assist. It's quite a small bike, so it hasn't got the same amount of capacity as some of the other ones, but it comes in different ranges. Then on the other side you've got the Christiania. This is a really nice 3-wheeler, really good for stability, good for people that maybe aren't so confident cycling as well. They're the sort of it's the bike that people kind of get on and go, oh yeah, I think I can cycle, and they'll give it a try. It's got massive capacity. This one's got the trailer as well. Then we've got another bike. Here's another 2-wheeler assembly bike. So they are, and my colleague here, he actually builds the bike himself from scratch out in Hackney Wick. So they're kind of completely like London-made, Hackney-made bikes that are here. And then behind us we've got a couple of the 4-wheelers. So this is the Rock. It's again an electric bike. Got a kind of bigger capacity here, and then behind me is the EAV, which has got even bigger capacity. Used a lot by kind of parks teams, waste teams, particularly the one with the cage, so they can put things in it directly.
See, this one has like a pipe rack on it. So this guy makes them here.
Yeah, so he makes them bespoke exactly for the business, however they want them, and it uses the stacking crates to be able to make it kind of the most useful for the business themselves.
Okay, yeah, it's so clever. I've never thought about a builder or carpenter, but it's so much space, and you can easily get loads of tools in.
Yeah, exactly. And we hear that lots of vans are driving around London with only kind of a quarter capacity in them. So this is a real kind of good alternative for getting really quickly between sites, or if you're at a job, then moving around. I mean, we have talked about bike within a bike. I mean, I think some of the smaller bikes you could fit a bike within a van, so you could be going to a job, and then when you have to go and pick up some extra tools, you could then go and do that as well.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you very much.
Okay,
cheers.
Nice to meet
That's
you.
great. We're here at Quinetic with Michael, and you're going to talk us through some of the products you've got here.
Yeah, what we have here is a wireless switching system. Where you have a receiver, you have a transmitter and a receiver. The transmitter sends a signal to the receiver, and it will switch whatever is connected to that receiver. So, for instance, this switch is switching that receiver, and it's controlling some LED tape. So if I switch it off and on, if I hold that down, it will dim. Let go, switch it again, off, switch it again on. The beauty with this product is you can have 10 switches to one receiver. The switch is IP67, so it's fully weatherproof. But there's no power source in there. There's no battery. So it's run by kinetic energy. Just by clicking that there, we're creating enough electricity to send a signal 80 meters to a receiver, outdoor, 30 meters indoor. The receivers are standard off-on receiver, or we have a dimmable receiver, or we have a Wi-Fi dimmable receiver. So you can also control it with your Wi-Fi
and connect it to the home system,
to your home hub, Google.
So you can make anything wireless, anything in your house you want.
Anything wireless.
Wow. Okay.
You can have 10 pushes to one receiver. You can have as many receivers as you want to one push. So it's
and easy to install. Any electrician can install it.
Any electrician. We also have doorbell. Where you have a standard doorbell. There's no battery in there.
Oh, really?
So the only time you know your doorbell stopped working is when you miss a call. With this, you'll never miss a call because there's no battery in there.
Mine lights up with a battery, going down or
there's no battery. The receiver It has 38 ringtones. You can have 10 pushes to one receiver. You can have as many receivers you like to one push. So if you've got a big property and sound, you can have one upstairs, downstairs, in the basement, as many as you like.
Okay. And that runs over Wi-Fi, does it?
No, that's an RF signal.
Okay.
Only an RF signal.
Okay.
You can have, say you've got 2 entrances, front door and back door. You can have one on your front door, one on your back door. They both can be assigned a different tone on your doorbell, so you'll know
where
what doors
someone is.
Yeah, that's basically that's it. Our switches are all. You've got a paddle switch, like I've showed you.
Yes.
You can also have a grid switch.
Yep.
Again, no batteries, no maintenance. Just by clicking it, it's sending that signal 80 meters outdoors, 30 meters indoors.
Right.
These can be fitted into a plate, so you'd have a normal plate like
a
that.
Standard switch.
Standard switch, and you can build them up, so you can have a bank of 3 or 4 up to 18, 20 switches on the one plate.
And no cables in the wall.
No cables in the wall, nothing at all, no maintenance. 10 switches to one receiver, so that's basically.
Yeah, and they work for life. They're going to be.
No, they work on average. The average is 200,000 clicks.
Okay.
Which equates to about 103 years.
Okay,
so
right.
You got enough.
We'll be right.
You got enough on that, yeah.
The grandkids will still be using them.
And the grandkids will still be using them. Yeah, that's all our products.
Oh wow, amazing. Well, thank you very much. That was very extensive and cheers.
Thank you very much.